It's so much easier when you use a proper pattern and not try and make up your own. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Squdge craft video. It is Friday, so we're going to do some more resin. And in the previous Sophie Toffee box, I'll put a link up to the unboxing, we had a stained glass theme. And so I'm going to do one of those projects today. So they gave us this circular mould, and they gave us a few different designs. I'm going to start off with the simplest one, because I really need to get the hang of how the actual material works. So what I'm going to do is place that over the top of the image like so. And we are just going to trace it with the gold ink. Not ink. It's not an ink, it's a 3D UV resin, is what it is. And it's apparently still very sticky, that's not great. I thought to remove all the sticky from it, but I guess not. Maybe it's still leaking. Maybe it shouldn't be put sideways. Okay, well, I'm going to give that a second to dry, and I'm going to get the other one out. Take it out of the box so it's not sliding down. No, this one doesn't seem sticky at all, so perhaps it was just the fact that this one was open, although it had already leaked when it arrived, but neither here nor there. So you have this picture and you have this little nozzle, and all you do is basically draw on with the nozzle. Okay, so all you need to do is just literally trace each line. So I'm going to start in the centre because there are smaller lines to trace. So I'm going to keep myself out of the way. So you start on God, that kind of hurts my hand, I tell you. That's slightly off, but that's okay, I can correct that. The good thing with it is until it dries, you can just wipe it up. I'm just going to remove that area. I'm going to leave that to dry and move on, and then I'll come back to that area. Yeah, see, now it does do that, it does. How did I describe it the other day? It does pull. So as you can see, when I did that line, it pulled the bit next to it, but I can just wipe it off like so. Remove that large lump as well, there we go. Come back up to this one and carry on here. God, this is hard to squeeze actually. It's kind of hurting my hand, which isn't ideal. I'm neaten that up in a minute. Okay. If they're not perfect, I'm not going to like berate myself for it, because I am not an artist. I've never claimed to be an artist, so drawing even like this is a lot of hard work. So I have to squeeze this tiny bottle, which is sore, which hurts, which is making my hands sore. I can't even speak. However, it doesn't smell, which is good. And they didn't give us any instructions to wear any safety equipment with it, so that's positive as well. Now this will, it says it's UV, so you can dry this in a UV lamp. Alternatively, you can leave it out in the sun. The piece that I tested when I did the unboxing, I left in the sun for 2 hours, and it was most definitely done. It was solid, it was secure. That nearly went everywhere. Why did I do that? Oh gosh. So yeah, I'm going to carry on with that, and my head may be in the way, so if it is I'll cut bits out, but I'll be right back with you. Again, this is not perfect, but do you know what? It's looking good. I think the reason that I struggled with the Xbox coasters is that there's a lot of freestanding detail, whereas here, with the exception of the outer circle, everything touches. So you can just do a little bit at a time, which is great because then I don't have to squeeze for quite as long in my hands, but also it means that you just do small sections at a time. So I think when I was trying to do the Xbox and I had just a free circle, it didn't really work. Whereas here I can do each section individually and then it works for me. So that is something to be aware of if you're going to try and do your own patterns, I think, because I genuinely struggled trying to do those Xbox coasters. And I did not like the finished product at all. I really didn't like it. So I've tried 3 times and scrapped it 3 times, which is obviously a waste of materials. No resin that I've wasted, I just wasted the paint that I'd drawn on the design with. But again, things are expensive, you don't just want to waste products. A bit round, there we go. So now I can do these joins. So I can go from this line. What I should have done really. Okay. I'm loving it. I'm wondering if I do the outside circle. Oh, whatever I do, I need to stop for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to try it because I need to find out if this bottle will do a whole project and have some left. I also need to figure out how much it hurts my hand to do an entire design, and I also need to figure out how I can do a line that I can't really stop as easily on. So all of these you could stop at the joins. So let's have a go. I don't even know which side to start on. So close to the edge as well. It is not going so well. But this can be cleaned up as we have seen. So the answer is yeah, it still feels like there's something in there. An awful lot and not very well. But that's why we have tools to clean up the mess. I'm going to remove this now so that I can actually put some paper on so that I've actually got a white background to see what I'm doing. So first bit, tidy up that edge without causing a huge issue. Yeah, it In some places my circle is really close to the edge, and in other places it's much further away. But hey ho. Because, yeah. Oh my god, I've just realised this is resin, isn't it? Fuck, I should have been wearing gloves. And a mask. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? Do not do what I've just done. Fuck. Because the PBO isn't. My head was that it wasn't. Oh, fuck it up. Bear with me. Oh my god, I was so annoyed with myself. I literally just had to go away for a couple of days. Please always wear PPE. I mean, yeah. So this is now dried. I've got my UV light ready and my little crystal tubes that they gave us. First thing I'm going to do is just put this purple one into that central petal. I'm just going to put a round blob and then use my little metal tool to just spread it out. Don't use anything with a point because it might scratch your mould. This has got a flat bottom. I do apologise for my head getting in the way. This was a bit of a theme for this video, wasn't it? My head has been in the way for a lot of it. I've edited out quite a bit because you won't be able to see what I'm doing. But as you can see there, I'm just spreading it out with my tool and then adding some more resin because I didn't want to overflow. So I put some in, spread it out, filled it up, dried it with the UV light. Then I went in with this yellow in the centre. And I was going to dry that on its own, but I realised if I then made a green by mixing the yellow and the blue, as long as it wasn't touching that yellow spot, I could do two colours together. What you don't want to do is end up having two colours next to each other that are both liquidy, because you may jog the mould or something and they'll mix together and then you could end up with a mess. So I had the yellow inside of the centre of the flower, and then this green that I'd made I decided to put on the very small little petals all around the edge. And again, I apologise for my head getting in the way. I'm just putting a blob on and then spreading it round using my metal tool, same as I have for all of these sections. So just on the edges of each piece, I found a little section that I could do this sort of dark green that I'd mixed up, and then just spread them out and again dried it with my UV lamp. Each time I turn on my UV lamp, I'm doing maybe 90 seconds. Obviously the ones who've been on there since the beginning will get more and more of a cure time as I do the others. Then I used this gorgeous blue in between the purple petals, these beautiful blue petals. I want this flower in real life. That purple and that blue are stunning. And again, dried that with the UV. Once that was touched dry, I decided to go around the edge. So I used this red on 4 of those sections. Again, put it in, spread it out, filled it up. It's the same process. Put it in, spread it out, dry it with the UV. Cure it with the UV, should I say. It's quite a simple process actually, and quite relaxing once you get into the pattern and forget about all the stress of the previous day. So then I did the red, I cured that under the UV, and then I went in with the magenta in the spaces in between, which is kind of like the pinky colour. I also did all the little gaps that I had left around the edge of the flower, I did in yellow. I thought we've got yellow in the centre, we'll do yellow around that edge, which I didn't show because my head was in the way for like 90% of it. And then the magenta in those gaps. Unfortunately, the magenta and the red ended up almost being the same colour. It's not a very pinky pink, it's a very reddy pink, if that makes sense. And then what I decided that I would do for the outer ring was I would make up a lighter green. So I put in a little bit of blue, a lot of yellow, and I tried to mix it up so that it was a lighter green than I'd had earlier. Popped the bubbles while in the silicone pot, spread it around the edge, spread it round. Now I made a mistake. I got halfway round and cured it, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should have tried to do the entire thing, but I got a little bit stressed. Once it was all fully cured, I then mixed up some epoxy resin. I think it was like 60 mils I did, and then just poured that over. So this is a 1:1 resin from Resin 8. It's absolutely brilliant. So I just poured that on top and left that to cure for 24 hours after popping all the bubbles with a heat gun, and I couldn't wait to get this out. Okay, we are back to demould our piece I'm quite excited, although there is some bowing because it's all UV. It did bow, but I'm still really excited to look at this. So I just did the epoxy resin over the back, and oh, look at that! That is stunning. It's so clear. I'll have to give you some pictures of it into the sun, but that's so pretty and so clear. The colours though are very faint. When I was pouring them out, they looked a lot stronger than they do now. So if I hold it up to the window, I'll add a picture. They're very light colours. I didn't expect them to be quite so light. And unfortunately, you can see those blobs where I was like, oh, I wonder if that will show. It shouldn't show because the resin will cover it. It hasn't completely covered it, but that is still beautiful and was surprisingly easy, even with my sore hands. So yeah, oh, I love it. I love it. Let me know what you think. I love this project. Thank you so much, Sophie Toffee. As always, I'll put any links down below. There will be some discount codes for you as well. There will be discount codes below. I'll pop them in for you. Using those doesn't cost you any more, and it just lets me earn some points, and when I've earned enough points I get some money off the box. But yeah, there is discount code there for getting a box, for just ordering, for a general discount. So they're all down below. Take a look at them. Let me know what you think. Oh, I'm really I love this. I really do love this. I actually think the blue is the nicest of the colours, but I'm quite pleased with the green that I mixed myself. So yeah, love it. Okay, please give this video a big thumbs up if you have liked it, and consider subscribing. I do resin and things on a Friday, mixed media paper crafty things on a Tuesday, and then occasionally I do design teams and collabs. So yeah, I will see you all soon. Keep crafting, guys. Bye.